So, couple of words that we should change.
Okay.
Just because I got a little bit confused.
For sure.
The back display, so I actually looked at the back of the camera. So this is just the back display, right?
Yeah, but should I just say the display?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
That doesn't have
What
to be
else?
back. Both
Yeah.
sides, right? Both sides.
I didn't realize it was
Right.
on both sides. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
And what were the other ones?
The other one, make sure camera's turned on.
Oh, then I need to hit save.
Hold mode button to plug into your camera. No, I think that's fine.
That's the only thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Susie.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Yes, I do remember setting up for that on there. I want to. Well, I'll have to be here though, because you're gonna go during that class, so I'll stay here and watch you. Yeah.
Your water. Is this yours too? You brought two.
Hmm?
You brought two.
No, that's it. You're supposed to give you one water for each presenter.
So you gave yourself a water.
Yes, they gave me. One more thing. Every time I come here, remember that you must have a clicker.
Amaya, can you actually sign in for this workshop? Are you gonna stay in here for Monica's? Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Do you know if all the students have a photo release?
Yeah, this is because since we're building a 360,
Also, I'm going to send you a couple links. If I want you to like do it through
and then this one as well. It's the photo release form.
Alright, now we'll see how well this one works for the next time. Might even get someone brand new to set it up. See if there are additional confusions. If so, then I'm gonna save everything to where it's supposed to be.
I would love to volunteer, but I don't think it'd be helpful.
You know everything too much. Yeah, I think that'll be good.
There decorations, upgrades, look at that. You should frame them, what do you mean?
Yeah. Framing directions.
Now
Even
it's framing
directions
your
get
hardware.
better over time.
That's evolution.
Yeah.
Where are the copies?
You say puppies? I heard you say puppies.
Copies of my presentation for the stuff.
Is it
My
not
handout.
working?
You should have a
Let me get you another one.
puppies day where you bring a bunch of puppies in for your students. What do you think?
I'm sure they would love it.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Where'd the new signage?
That is a question I do not have the answer to.
Oh. Got it. And where did we put these this time? Or the, also, is it back in the bottom drawer?
The bag, oh, I think Suzie might have moved it.
What was that?
We put it back in the
I
bottom
put it
drawer?
in there, yeah.
Did you want to do these things bigger?
Yeah, that would be great.
I also moved your iPod usually.
Thanks.
Do you wanna run this the first time, or do you want me to do this time? What do you- Okay. I'll do the next one then.
How are you doing this morning, Amara?
Good, so fun.
The directions.
So good?
Yeah,
I like your earrings.
Yes.
Huh?
Your earrings?
Oh, thank
Pretty
you.
cool, cute. I usually can't have it like that because they get tangled in the hair. So you have to have your hair up or something, otherwise it's just like.
I usually don't like wearing earrings like this with the mask because it's problematic. It gets
Oh,
stuck.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried because of the hair. Yeah. But I can see the mask could be a problem as well. Thank you, Manny.
Sure.
Oh, you have even picture in the camera process?
Yeah.
When I printed your handout to Maya, one of the photos that you sent, it's like memory strategies part 2 or something, was too low quality. So when I tried to print it, the image just wasn't large enough. If you have another version of that, I can go ahead and print that one.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it.
This all we have?
Thank you. There's more.
Oh, no, but I mean, I sent you like 4 documents.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're over here. I'm separating it all now.
Oh, I see. I don't have a time. There's no clock here. Just realize to be able to know the time spent.
I have the thing to hold up as well.
I have to look at my cell phone because I can't talk too much. And if I don't have the timing, I don't know how to pace myself.
Okay, there goes one.
Better than me. Even when I know I ran out of time, I still keep talking.
What's that?
Better than me. Even when I know I ran out of time, I still keep talking.
No, I try to time and respect people's time.
Oh, no.
teach me how to get cash? Oh.
Hope that more and more students can get cash.
I wanna learn to get cash too. Right.
Actually, let me do something really quick here.
Just click advanced at the bottom. And proceed.
Hey, Monica,
If it's the right website.
I need to run to the restroom really quick. I know Ivana needs to sit in here. Is it enough for Susie to be sitting there
I
watching?
can sit up here.
Really quick? Okay, because I don't want to disrupt the presentation. And then, okay, cool.
So to work now?
Yeah, and then Ivana, when you are done with that, sorry, I know I'm giving you like a lot to do, but can you staple these, please? They're already separated.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
I'll
And
do
then
it out there while I'm sitting, watching the office.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're gonna sit in here because Susie can watch the office from that chair. I just realized.
Change the HTTPS to HTTP. Really fast.
I heard like a lot of people signed up for this
They're all
workshop
free.
though.
Yeah, I teach that.
Coffee office right now. Actually, never mind. You don't have to worry about that, Ivana.
Is
Faster
it's
than-
gonna happen with every single one?
What?
Talking
Put it
about
in.
the-
Okay, where would you like me to put these handouts, Monica? Okay, so during the presentation, we need you to keep time, so just when Monica's 10 minutes left, out of like 45, right? So,
Her time's supposed to be officially done at.
so I think at like 10:35, that's when they hold up their sign?
They don't need it to.
No?
I'll
Okay,
keep
cool.
track of the timing.
Okay, cool.
So there's gonna be a.
That's what I thought, but I just,
Yeah, for other people.
yeah, okay.
So you don't want people going on an hour and a half,
Yeah.
if you're allowed, but it's not my case, I'm not gonna be here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then this stuff to be stapled for here?
Nope, I just stapled it.
Okay.
So these are all good. It was just a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking at my phone, yeah, to keep track of time. Okay, so I have 4 documents. Oh, I see.
20 people or 10, 12 people signed for this, so we'll just give it a couple minutes.
Make sure sign in.
Should we move?
Usually we don't, not everybody shows up. If many show up, you may wanna get enough.
The dial down.
This might be one, usually my workshops are pretty full.
Are you bragging?
No, it's just the topics. Like last one, we had like almost 30 people.
To be fair, cash is a pretty good
Right,
topic.
so just because I tend to choose the topics that I know students need the most. So
Right.
that's why it tends to be full.
Of course.
Yeah, so this one was full, I think the second day that we opened.
How do you
Because
figure out-
everybody's looking for scholarships.
How do you figure out what's the most popular topic? Survey?
No, I deal with the students every day. I know their problems. So somebody who I've been working with students for a while, so I can tell with the things that are usually like bothering people and challenges.
Maybe I should hang out with you every day too, and I can start fixing my problem.
Try. Welcome, welcome. Everybody needs to sign in and sign the photo release, please.
So that's the form number 2. Oh, is that one not running either?
The point will be here anymore.
You want some cookie over?
Oh,
I have a whole box, yeah.
So how's everybody doing this morning? Tired? You're tired? You know, I feel a little bit tired too. Yesterday was the last day to submit your tax return. And I was late last night submitting my tax return. I was like, oh, forgot about it. And then I'm like, yeah. So I went to bed late working on my tax return. Don't do that. Don't leave for the last minute. Yeah. But since I do my own tax return, I'm used to, waiting for the last minute to do it.
So
Yeah,
good.
it's better when you depend on somebody else to do for you, because then you have to schedule time, right? So you can leave for the last minute.
How you doing today?
You're welcome.
You still did earlier than last year.
Yes, last year I did in October. So this time, and I was going to, yesterday I was requesting an extension, and I said, no, I'm gonna do it today. I'm not gonna wait until October, because that's what happens if I ask for extension. Then I wait until the last day of the extension to submit the tax return. This is one of the things that I don't look forward to, so I keep procrastinating, right? And I think we all tend to procrastinate with the things we don't look forward to. I'm gonna get started. Ivana, do you wanna bring the rest of the group?
Sure.
Yes. Did you just sign in and got your photo release?
Gotta get these other two things downloaded, but this one's set up, so.
All right. My name is Monica Teixeira. I am the director of the TRIO program for those who don't know me. And I'm here to help you figure out if you can get some more money to help with school. So this is what we're gonna talk about today. This is a little agenda, right? We're gonna talk about how to pay for college and also some scan awareness. One of the things that you need to be very careful when you're doing any search for scholarships is somebody trying to take money from you. We're gonna talk about that. And some of the mistakes that people make. So, I wanna start telling you something that happened. One person had this incredible amount of money to pay and had no way to pay for that money. So they went to their advisor to drop all the classes. There were 16 credits. Believe it or not, this person had never applied for FAFSA because it didn't know FAFSA existed. And decided, you know what, I can't continue this. So the advisor said, oh, hold on a second. There's something you can do. This department has a tuition waiver, which we're gonna talk a little bit about it afterwards. And go ahead, apply. You may be able to get everything paid for. Guess what? This person never applied for that scholarship. Next day, the advisor calls the person and said, what happened? You didn't apply. And said, then the person says, how do you know? The advisor said, I called the department and nobody applied. So the money's sitting there. If you would have applied, you would have gotten period because nobody else applied. That's how I know you didn't apply. Guess what? The advisor said, go and apply now. And this person is here with you today because of that. I was able to get the money and continue my education because I looked for help. I wouldn't recommend anybody. I was lucky that nobody applied for that money. But this is just something to learn. Often, nobody applies. Or only few people apply. And if you just applied, you would have got the money, right? So keep that in mind, apply. So let's talk about some of the ways that you get money for college, right? Most of you probably already know FAFSA, which is from the government. And I can tell you, you're probably gonna get less money next academic year because the Department of Education has been doing some changes and reducing, so you may get less money. We'll see, because the poverty level reduced, that means more people will get less money or no money. So keep in mind. So with FAFSA, you can get Pell Grant, MEP Grant, work study, loans, and we'll talk about the other ones afterwards. Does anybody here know what a work study is? Yeah? What is a work study? Which is different than student work. We'll talk about it. What's a work study?
Work study is when you work under the school and it helps you pay off your tuition as you work.
Yes, that's correct. So what is the difference between a work study and a student work?
Work study is where they're basically having it where you're paying off your student loans, where you're working for the college to help go through college versus a student worker, you're on hourly pay and just working to have that income for your normal day-to-day needs and paying off bills and other stuff, and it's not being taken out of your check for regular work to get through school.
Okay, so both are doing that. So a student worker is somebody who gets paid by the department for the work they're doing. Like TRIO has a budget, has money to pay student workers. So we have student workers, but some departments may not have the money. So when you apply for FAFSA, if you select you want to be a student worker, they will give an extra money there for you to work for the department and get paid by the government, not the department. So which is great. You want to look at if you have that student work because some departments may need people but they can't afford. If you have that, you know you have amount of $1,000 for work study, you can go to different departments and say, do you need somebody? Because you can work for them for free, pretty much, because the government is paying for it. So that's money that comes with your FAFSA. And then we have loans that you have to pay back, right? All up here you don't pay back. Tuition waivers are what I told you. I think Columbia doesn't have tuition waiver, as far as I know. But usually some departments, if you work for them, they will waive your tuition, so you don't have to pay for the tuition. So you can look, so if you go to graduate school or something, you can always look for that, or graduate assistant position. Payment plan, something that people don't know. You have, use all your money, right? You got a scholarship, FAFSA, and you still have a balance. What can you do? You can ask to divide in payment plans. You don't have to pay all up front. And then what are we here today for? Our scholarships. All right. Something that people don't think about, and I had many students getting helped from Gofundme. Does anybody know what that is? Right? So sometimes you may, go ahead.
GoFundMe is it's like a platform where people donate money for like crisis related topics.
Yes, correct. Or any topic really. You have, for example, a passion, and you want people to help you, come up with funds to fund that passion, even work afterwards. You can do that. I had a student who went to Europe. He didn't have the money to pay for, the going on a student, process. So he got some FAFSA and etc., but didn't have enough. And of course, going to, Europe is a lot more expensive than just staying here. And he did that, and he ended up getting the whole amount for that. So don't give this a try if you can, and just share with people. If you have like a good statement explaining why you need that, you may have like family members or friends and other people willing to help. So consider that if you feel. Now let's go to the scholarship part. And I want to give you this. Can everybody come and just grab one page for here, just to get you up, because I know it's early in the morning, everybody is tired already, just to get you up and moving. Just get one of each, please. Because today, I'm not just going to tell about scholarship, we're actually going to behave like we are doing one. So we're going to actually try. And for those who might be doing from YouTube, if you go to the link that we have with the PowerPoint and the other presentations, you can have all the handouts. They're all over there. Just go and look for it. So I brought one scholarship, and this is from 2011. But they still, every year they provide the scholarship, right? So I just looked, and they just had one recently. So these are particularly for Latinos, but I will explain to you how to get for other ones. And we're gonna use that as an example. Get one for please. Because we're gonna start doing at least that one today. Get one of each. All right. So first step is to find the scholarship that you wanna get. You have to review, you have selected the options. Often you need to have a personal statement, collect documents, and etc. You will have access to this. I'm not going to be sticking to all the details of this because you can actually have access to that. First, we're actually going to do like hands-on work as we're doing. First, where can you get the scholarships? Anybody? Where do you find scholarships? Online. Where? Online.
You look up scholarships.
Huh?
You look up scholarships that you're interested in.
Okay, but where do you look for those scholarships? Okay.
Scholarships.com.
Scholarships.com. Okay, what else?
Scholarly, Columbia website or your college website.
Yes.
Google.
Yeah. So now let's talk a little bit about Google, and we're going to go back in there. What are some of the challenges that you could have searching Google? What do you think?
So like some websites are like scamming people.
Yes, very good, thank you. Yes, you can use Google, But you also want to be very careful when you do that. If you go to a safe website, you are less likely to have that problem because people are scanning for you. But Google is a good place too. That's when I find most of the scholarships that I bring for you all. But I call them, I try to make sure they are not trying to get money from people. And trust me, I get quite a few of those. So you gotta be careful. First thing, it's internal. Before you try to go outside, come here to Columbia. I'll give you an example. I am part of the scholarship committee here for one of the scholarships. And they're usually low, not many people apply. Sometimes, you know what we have to do? We said we're gonna open up again because we didn't have enough people apply. So search internally first and apply for it. Then after that, you go to the community, you go to websites. If you attend any church, often churches have scholarship opportunities. Community places. Now, searching for that scholarship. We have peer coaches here who have access to everything. We have a whole place for scholarships where you can find those scholarships here. Something else, place that we don't use as much, but it's also available. Usually the library has some books updated books with scholarships. So that's a place you can go there too. Because the first thing we think about Google, we think about searching online, but there are some options there too. We're talking about scholarship here, Columbia. And this one that I said, so this one in particular, it's for people with disabilities. People who struggle with something, who have disabilities. Look for that one. They usually they have a $25,000 budget every year. And not many people, almost everybody who submits an application and fulfill all the requirements will get the money. And we not always have enough. So search internally first. And then we have some other websites that we can get it. I have a list, all this, and I'm not going to go through everything because I will have this available for you. I want you to have the practice of doing the scholarship. Here, there's something I want to show you. Who here is not part of the trio? Is there anybody here who is not a trio student? No? All right. Let me show you this. Trio has a whole folder with a list of scholarships for all different types of things. And I will get just open this one that's for minorities. Like often we have a lot of minorities in here, right? If you can get it to open. Or not. All right, so we got it here. You see how many pages we have here? 32 pages. And each of this is a different type of scholarship with a link of where to get the scholarship. And you have, so you really don't need to go out there to look for scholarships. If you come to us, you will have access for all kinds. And this is only one of all the different resources we have here. So you can come to us and get help finding it. So this link is part of the PowerPoint that you're gonna be able to find online. Any questions so far? Well, now I wanna talk about this one in particular because most people don't know. If somebody has a disability, the Department of Rehabilitation pays for your education if you qualify for FAFSA. You have to qualify for FAFSA. You can have any disability. All you need to do is apply with them. I'll tell you this, it is kind of challenging. The application, you like gotta be patient, gotta follow the instructions, right? But we here will help you if you want to do that. And they will they will pay for books, they will help you with the tuition, whatever is remaining, and they also, if you're like, for example, you need a lab, they will help you with that too. So this is like a great place, and all you need to do really is go online, apply, and then just follow through with all the documentation, because you have to provide the documentation. Any questions? So just come to your 3-year advisor and ask for help. We talk about the scams, and we hear this all the time, right? I get students to call me, somebody asked for this and this. I say, don't give in, because this is a scam. People are asking for your bank account. People are asking for your social security number. Yeah, no. Be careful. People are trying to get money from you. If you want to read more about it, there's the link over there. All right. Let's actually do hands-on now. Does everybody have a pen? If not, just let's grab one. So this scholarship here is for Latino. So if you're gonna behave like you're a Latino today. Because I wanted you to have actually a hands-on opportunity here. I want you to read this scholarship, and I'm gonna ask you about, and you're gonna fill out the this document here, which we're gonna talk about it. Read the application. Imagine that you are Latino today, just for the purpose of this. And I want you to select the requirements and see what they are asking to do. So these two will go together, right? It's for the same thing. And I want you to, because we're gonna start doing our personal statement soon, I want you to think about and write down here just words we think you need to write in your personal statement based on what you're reading here. Select a few words, look about it. So what are we doing right now? We are right at the time of like practicing for that. I want you to read this. Those students, they actually imagine that you're Latino. I don't know if you are Latino or not, but you're gonna select some words they feel like it would be important to have in your personal statement and have it here. Just write it down so we'll talk about it. And I have a quick question for you. Why do you think I'm asking you to look in your scholarship application when I just hit the letter of recommendation? And I know this is a tricky question. It's not an easy question. Why do you think? Anybody can have an idea? I just hit the letter of recommendation and I jump to the scholarship application. And I'm asking you to select some words that you need to talk about in your personal statement. Why do you think that? How are they related?
You can pull out everything that they're requiring of you so that you can put it in your personal statement that you're qualified for this scholarship.
Right, you want to do with your personal statement. And how is that related also to the letter of recommendation? Because letter of the recommendation is the something you ask somebody to give to you, right? Either a faculty or somebody else who will state that you deserve to have this scholarship. So they're recommending you to receive that. So how do you think the details about this scholarship can help you request your letter of recommendation? What do you think? Anybody? Come on. And she started pretty good here. She started telling us about it.
I guess by using your college advisor, they will know best as a recommendation, or your teacher, because they have grown with your experience through community college to really help advocate for you for your 4 years in undergrad to be able to achieve that career goal that you want to do to receive the 2,000 grant that might be approved.
Right. So they will know you enough to be able to write the letter of recommendation. Okay, very good. And if they don't know everything about you, what can you do?
I guess you can go to professors or friends or co-employees that's worked with you on the campus to highly recommend for yourself, or a trusted peer that you feel like that is a good person to advocate for yourself, or even talk more in details about yourself inside of the letter of saying what you have done throughout your resume or something. Well, not really a resume, but kind of like in your small scholarship essay of what you have done over the time of your career achieves to reach that main goal that you want to do.
Okay. So something to keep in mind is that you want somebody of authority to help, give that reference. So a professor, right? Sometimes a priest, a doctor may be able to give you, depending on what kind of scholarship you're asking for. A advisor also, it's a good person to do that. Now, tell me some of the words you found over there that you think it's important to highlight in your personal statement from the scholarship.
The personal statement must be 500 words.
Okay, it has to be 500 words. What else?
Have to describe how the scholarship will help the recipient achieve his or her educational and career goals.
Yes. How it will help education and the career. What else? That's my time. Anybody else?
You have to be a Latino ancestry.
Right, you have to be also Latino. All right. Now, when I'm asking for a letter of recommendation, one thing that most people forget to do, but it's important, is talk about the scholarship. What is the scholarship focusing on? You want to tell them, because the stronger is the letter, the better it is. Also, you want to talk about yourself, because the person who is giving you the letter of recommendation may not know everything that you're doing. So if you're doing external work, what kind of job you're doing, you want to add to the letter when you ask. So when they are writing something for you, they have content to add. So you want to talk about in your class, I did this, and that. I had an A, right? So you don't want to ask for a recommendation, from a faculty where you had a D in that class. You want to get an A or B, somebody who really participated, you engaged in, and you remind them, because you may be one of the 200 people that that faculty had to teach during that semester. You need to remind them. So that's why it's important. One, you go over the requirements that you can tell the faculty, but also tell about you, who you are, what kind of things you are, planning on doing with your career. In this case, that's what it's asking, right? And your education. So they can also write about that. All right. Personal statement. I gave you this document here. Pull out this document for me, please. This document will help you. I actually developed this years and years ago when my son was struggling with writing essays, because he couldn't organize. One of the major problems with the personal statements is that people are all over the place. Each page is a paragraph. Here you have topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. I wanted you to put one word that's a requirement from that scholarship in each box. Each requirement you're going to put it in one box that you found over there. For example, you have to be a Latino, right? Hispanic. What else he asked for? Education. Talk about your education. What else he asked for? Talk about your career. Is there a GPA requirement? By any chance? No, so you don't have to worry about that. But anything that is a major request in a scholarship needs to be addressed. You gotta address every little topic. And then the way you do this, a topic sentence, it's your opinion about why you deserve that scholarship, why you should get that scholarship. And inside of each box, it will ask you a question that you want to answer. What is a special and unique thing about you? So you want to make sure that you answer those questions inside of each box. By the time you're done filling out all this, you have your essay ready. The second page, you see body paragraph, and it has topic here in the number. For each box that you completed in the top over there, you need one page of this. The transition word is right here in the back to help you fill out the transition box. And you have at the back a checklist to help you go through that. Now, when you're completing your body paragraph, you have several sentences that you're going to do. For each thing you write, you have to go back and look, is this related to the topic that I picked for this box? And if it's not, you remove it. You want things that are related. Like, for example, something that people love to do. My mom is an amazing person. How's your mom related to this scholarship about your career and your education? You don't want to focus a whole paragraph about, talking about your mom. You want to talk about you and how your education and your career will be impacted by the amount of money. All right, questions about this? No? All right. Moving forward. Be specific, honest, and that honesty thing is very important. There was one time that was very interesting. Somebody wrote that they were volunteering for this place during this period of time. Guess what? I was a volunteer during the same time for that place. That person was not volunteering. And we denied the scholarship because of that. Make sure you're honest, because you might have somebody over there who knows, what was going on during that time. Keep it simple, go to the point. Try to tell a story. People love reading about stories. Make sure, and this is just a summary of that, for each of those parts. Make sure you take to the tutoring center to review, because people will look your grammar and how you having your personal statement display. So you want to have this as beautiful as possible, because that's what it's going to do. And the reason why you have a rubric. Do you know what a rubric is? Yes? So, and in that website that I told you, we're going to have multiple rubrics. When they're giving you a scholarship, they usually use a rubric. And they will have specific questions and give you points for each of those topics that they request you to talk about. And the people who receive the most points are the ones receiving the scholarship. So you have to touch on every single topic. If you, for example, let's say that in this case, they ask about Latinos, right? They do not ask you anything about being a Latino in a personal statement, right? They talk about your education, your career. Do you need to talk about being a Latino? And there, yes or no? What do you think? In your personal statement? Yes. Yes. You have to. Because the people who are reading your personal statement will not be the same who will be scoring you and give you the scholarship. If they don't see that in that personal statement, they may take some points down. So everything they tell you about the scholarship, you want to add that as how you belong to that category. Right? Questions? So missing deadlines, that big one that I talked in the beginning, make sure you don't do that. Go to the tutoring center and avoid boring essays. Make it exciting, because people, think about this, the people who are evaluating you, they're also like you. You don't want to read boring things, do you? Neither do they. All right. Questions? No? Now, I want you to write the first paragraph over there, and then we are just closing. And I want you to look at the rubric and grade yourself on that. Give you a couple minutes to do that. Just the first one. What kind of questions you have in there? Answer those questions to make it the first paragraph. What is unique about you? What's your catching sentence? The first one, which is your catching sentence. Anybody who already has a catching sentence want to share? Go ahead. You started.
I guess I put my journey as a biracial Latina has gotten me to see a journey that has educated my path through life. So.
Wow, yes, this is a nice one, yes. Anybody else? That's the first catching sentence. Huh? You have a question? No?
I was thinking for like a catchphrase, like
Mhm.
me going through growing up as a neurodivergent Latina, it made me want to feel, feel more motivated about, it made me feel more motivated of being a responsible person
For this community.
yeah.
See? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, something that I usually ask people to do at the end and the last conclusion, how do you see yourself in the future impacting that community? There is a reason why they are giving money for this community. How are you giving back? That's very important because they want to see how you are. You know, you got some of the help to be able to go through school. how your career is going to support others, maybe from the same minority community. Because there's a reason why they are giving money to you. And they are hoping that you can also, pay forward. Talk about that. All right. Summarizing now for us to close. Our time is up. Search inside first, here at the university, and then go outside. Make sure when you're ready for your scholarship, come to TRIO and ask for help. Apply for the scholarship, but make sure before you submit it, other people read your statement. When you ask for a recommendation, you give enough time, right? Don't ask for tomorrow, but also give information about who you are and why this is important. And finally, make sure you follow the deadlines and actually apply. Something that I've learned through this experience was that doing something that is not perfect, it's better than not doing. Because if you don't submit, you will not get it. If you submit something that is not perfect, you might still get it. Because sometimes we're so like, okay, this is not good enough, this is not good enough, and then you miss the deadline. Submit something. It's better than nothing. All right? Thank you all for coming today. I hope you can use that. You don't need to worry about this document. You can download from the website anytime you want. And if you need help with your TRIO, with your scholarship, TRIO can also help you here. Don't forget, if you're a TRIO student, right now our scholarship is open. Apply for the TRIO scholarship. If you don't know the link on how to apply, talk to your TRIO advisor. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you to please submit an evaluation. You have your cell phone. You can just get the evaluation there, or the computer also has an evaluation available for you. If anybody wants some extra documents, we have extras here. Who here, after this presentation today, will apply for a scholarship? All right, very good. I'm excited to see that.
Is there any specific things we need to do if we're going to the resume walk-in? Do we need to sign anything or let you know in order to count?
Yeah, so they are going to give me back who attended.
Okay.
But you can always send an email, say, I went there, and then I will confirm, yeah. And the resume walk-in is also online.
Oh.
You can, so if you look at it, there is a link. You don't have to actually go there. You can go online, and they will there be available to help you as well. There's a link for that online during that time that you can go. They're just there waiting for you all. You want to make sure your resume is ready because you're going to have some employers here. I think they have 30 plus employers looking for minorities to give opportunities for minorities. So you don't want to miss that opportunity. And the worst case scenario, you say, I'm not working for a job right now. You can still go connect, network, ask questions. When you're ready, you can reach out to them. It doesn't have to be for right now if you're not looking for a job.
Are you talking about code?
I'm talking about code.
Yeah, I'm going to that if anybody sees me there and don't want to go alone or whatever, because I know how that is, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, and what she was asking was about the resume review, right? So you want to review your resume before you go to code. The code is Thursday. So you have your resume ready, so you can upload when you're talking to the potential employers. And even if you're not looking for a job, Go there, talk to people. I know it is scary, right? But go and talk, get the information. You know, how can I contact you when I'm ready? Can I do a sharing, right? So you spend one day just with them just to see how their job is. It's quite often, not recently after COVID, but people from other schools will call me, you know, I want to work in a place like Trio. Can I come one day to just see what you're doing? Just, you know, spend a day with you. We actually had recently a couple people, I know Susie is going to have a couple people to see her day, how it looks like. You can do that. Reach out to a professional and say, can I spend, you know, a day with you just to see how the job is like? And right there, you are also creating an opportunity for you, connecting with people. And it's unrelated to scholarship, but this is important too. Any other questions?
So like the application for the Trio scholarship, it's like on Google Forms?
Yes.
Oh.
It's just right. It's a Google form. You just enter the saying you want to have the scholarship. You don't need a letter of recommendation. You don't need a personal statement. You need to answer a couple of questions saying I want to do this, and you need to attend couple workshops right during this week. Complete your student success plan and meet with your advisor. That's it. That's the requirement. All you need to do is just put your name there, basically. Any other questions? Anybody? Feel free to reach out to me. If you don't want to ask here, you can send me an email. You can come to my office. I'll be always here to help you.
I submitted like a application for the Trio scholarship.
Awesome. Perfect.
That was like before I found out about the workshops. And,
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about redoing it again.
No. You don't need to. Once you submit, we will confirm that you attended. And if you did, you don't have to change anything there. If you fulfill the requirements, which is attended to workshops, one has to be a financial literacy, this one is a financial literacy workshop, and you have the requirements, that's it. You all need to only put your name there, nothing else, if you have the requirements.